Welcome back to Giggle and Grow, everyone. We are so excited. The infamous episode 22. We made it past 21, Morgan. How does it feel? We've actually almost been doing this for a year now. How does that feel? Are you so excited?
Oh my God. Honestly, it doesn't feel real at all. I can't believe that we've made it this far only because of the fact of just life in general and just all the different obstacles that we've kind of had to navigate throughout this time. And of course, with some missed weeks that we had in the past, I feel so grateful to say that we've pushed this far and that we've made it this far and we're still having fun at the point that we're
Mhm.
at now. I feel like it's only the beginning and that there's still so much more to come here. And we have so many new exciting things to share with you guys tonight, some change ups you might see over time, and just lots of giggling and growing that we still hope to continue with our listeners and, of course, with ourselves too, and just enjoying the journey along the way.
Yeah,
Courtney,
and
how
thank
do you
you
feel?
for yeah, I was gonna say thank you for everybody who's like listened and tuned in and commented and subscribed. We're really excited. Even though we have a small listening group, we like that. I just feel grateful for having people even care about what we have to say. I'd love to know where we're headed. Morgan, what are your thoughts on talking about that?
Absolutely. So, I mean, we, of course, with our first 21 episodes here, we have discussed a lot about mindfulness, just work life balance, emotions in general, and just how hard life can be, while also how great life can be. And we still want to keep a lot of that within our podcast, but we ultimately think that it would be a lot more fun to come on here and just share a lot more about our lives, what's been going on since our last episode, the fun things we're doing, the hard moments that we might face. It's just we want to get really real with you guys. And not that we haven't been, but we think that just sharing those more in the life moments are just going to bring a lot more giggles, a lot more laughter, a lot more smiles. And you guys get to kind of get to know us as co hosts a little bit more too. So, with that being said,
Yeah, so we are starting a new season. So, a season of Giggle and Grow 2.0. It'll be a lot of fun things. We have a photo shoot planned. We're changing up. We're kind of rebranding a little bit, but we're keeping everything with positive mindsets and positivity and just staying focused on, our lives and yeah, talking about new things. And I'm very excited for that.
no, I feel like this journey is just going to be a lot of fun with doing it like this. I mean, Courtney, you and I, we always, right before we get on the podcast, we share all of these things about our lives and what we want to catch each other up on throughout the last couple of weeks. And I think now that we get to kind of turn that into more of our content and what we get to share with you guys, I think truly we're just, who knows what this is going to bring. But this
Yeah.
season,
Who knows what's going to happen, right?
no.
So, with that being said, Morgan, let's talk about what we did this weekend. We went to a concert.
We did go to a concert. That felt good.
Yeah, Morgan went to her first concert at Grizzly Rose. Is that what right? Was that your first one?
It was my very first one. I've always wanted to go there since we moved out there, and I'm excited to say that I did just say yes finally, and we just went for it. We saw
Yeah.
Easton Corbin, I think it was,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, he was actually really good. And I would say that if you don't know the Denver area, Grizzly Rose is a Western bar where they do a lot of line dancing and swing dancing during the weekdays. Girls drink free on Thursday nights. It's a really fun bar you can go to in Denver if you ever come to visit and you like Western culture. And they also do a lot of country music. And we saw Easton Corbin, right?
Yeah, yeah, it was
And yeah,
Corbin.
he I honestly have only heard of a couple of his songs, but he had a hell of a crowd. I mean, I was impressed.
He really did. It kind of brought out my Iowa yeehaw in me. It kind of, I feel
Love
like I used to go to so many country concerts, and then COVID kind of happened, and concerts weren't a thing, and I feel like I just let like that whole atmosphere kind of slip by me. It was good to just kind of put my cowgirl boots back on and just kind of go country for a night.
Yeah, and I rode the bull. That was kind of fun. I beat two guys, I'm pretty sure. I rode it for 10 seconds. when I was back in Kentucky, I rode, or I didn't ride. I was a bartender back in Kentucky and I bartended on 4th Street Live in Louisville, Kentucky. And there was a bar next to us that was called PBR. And there were these girls that were crazy when they would ride this bull. They would stand on it and they'd have something above and it would basically move up and down and they would walk on the back of it like standing up. It was just insane. And then to see me barely be able to hang on to this bull, it's like, wow, these girls are impressive. So I know there are more girls out there that do those type of things, but yeah, it was my first time on a bull in a long time. So it was fun.
Oh my gosh, I'm trying to think. I actually don't know if I've ever rode in a bull before, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah. You should
I,
have done it that night last Saturday.
my dress would not have allowed me to do that
Oh
one.
yeah, you were in a dress.
I was gonna say too, I feel like we should fill our listeners in on this, since we're kind of talking about what we did. But last week we got to go do a kind of something special together, whereas we've been talking about wedding planning, and we got to go see your wedding venue, right?
Yes, we got to go see my wedding venue and we picked out my rehearsal dinner, which was so nice. So, something that I really wanted for the wedding was a mountain view. And we looked, if you're not from Denver or Colorado, or you want to have your wedding in Colorado, there are some very famous places in Colorado to have your wedding, and Estes Park being one of them, but they are very, very expensive. And we were able to manage we were able to do our wedding ceremony in his parents' backyard. We haven't done it yet, but the goal is to do it in his parents' backyard. And then we found this wedding venue in downtown Louisville, and that's where we're having our reception. So it'll be a fun little, go from a backyard wedding to a nice venue or reception in downtown Louisville, and that's Louisville, Colorado. So I thought it was really fun. It's a little overwhelming. You're not told as a bride when you first start looking how there are other things about a wedding that you can't really control. And like obviously you have control on a lot of things, but the little details are, in my opinion, very important to me because and maybe other girls have different experiences. I'd love to hear how your experience was, Morgan. But for me, it was like, oh, okay, I know that this is the look that I'm going for, and I can control what plates we eat out of and what we're drinking from and things like that.
Yeah, I definitely felt very overwhelmed with that process as well, especially bringing all the different pieces together. Like, I knew I wanted these colors and these flowers and these candles, but I didn't know quite how to bring the whole entire look. And that's why I give a shout out to my bestie gal that always that helped me with all of that, because that just felt honestly quite impossible.
Yes, I can see why you say it. They don't tell you how like when you go if you're going into wedding planning, you think about it, you're really the stressful part is the details and like just getting those right.
It really is. I mean, if you have a wedding planner, they usually kind of give you the ABCD checklist, but no one can really tell you exactly what you are imagining or what you like unless you find that perfect Pinterest picture that kind of shows what you're looking for, but then you're going on Facebook Marketplace or Amazon or other stores to try and find that look, and then you don't find it and you feel like you haven't started.
Yes, but those are all the things that I use. I use Facebook Marketplace. I get a lot of my own decorations. I'm trying to save as much money as possible. And and who knows if this is even true, but I watched a TikTok the other day that was talking about how the average wedding price for a venue in Southern California, the average wedding, and obviously this is average, is like 100 grand. And I'm like, that is insane. And so now I know, I mean, I am open to eloping, but I know why people go off and do elopements and they spend a lot on a nice photographer and they go and and the cool thing is this in the state of Colorado, you actually don't need any witnesses to get married.
I did
And
not know that.
yes, so that's pretty interesting. So in the state of Colorado, you actually can go out to the mountains, just you and your future husband, and it can just be you two. And I think that's really beautiful that the state of Colorado does something like that. Most places force witnesses, which is, you know,
So you
That
don't need an efficient at all out here? Like,
no, you do not in the state of Colorado.
oh my gosh, everyone should be getting married out in Colorado.
Yeah, you just need you and the person you love, and you go out and you can go on a mountain. That's what I would love to do. I think if I ever get to, the point, I'm already talking renewing my vows. I haven't even said my vows, but if we ever renewed our vows, I think I would go into a mountain and do it on like the top of a mountain.
Oh, I love that. See, and then I immediately am like, let's throw a 10-year wedding reception. Let's party all over again.
I
we'll,
love
we'll
that.
restate our vows maybe within there. I honestly didn't get that far. I was just like, I need another party. Courtney, I really hope that you kind of get to maybe not experience this, but I just feel like that the reception itself just went so fast. Like it just was kind of like a blinking of an eye. And I remember getting ready, feeling like I had a bunch of time. Then it was kind of all of a sudden it was time for the ceremony and we were all rushing. But then, of course, the ceremony and the food all felt like a long time. And then dancing gone. It was just out the door. Like, where did it go?
You were having so much fun.
Right. Living in the moment, which is what we're all about here. So,
Yeah, I think, yeah, what's fun about it is just being with all the people that you care about and all the people that want to show up for you that day, having them all there. And that's why I'm going to talk to our DJ about doing some fun, like have dances where we're including everyone. I don't know if that's even possible, but if you have any tips, you should comment on our YouTube or our Instagram and just let us know what tips you guys have because I'm always open.
absolutely. And I mean, as you did just mention that too, Courtney, I want our listeners to know as well as that we're always, always interested to hear what you guys have to say in terms of what you want to listen to on our podcast. If it is all about mindfulness or that balance or what we have talked about, we'd love to kind of go more in detail with that. If you do just like to listen like our episodes today and just kind of hear us talk and we kind of feed off what you guys have to say about that, we'd also love that too. So always reach out. We love to talk to you guys.
Yeah.
We also have something really fun. I mean, we're talking about the wedding day as well as the reception and just like kind of that big picture. But of course, there's those smaller moments along the way that kind of are really fun. And we get to kind of go, what are we doing this weekend?
Get to go dress shopping. I'm so excited. Yay. I think that is also probably pretty stressful, but I don't really know because I haven't done it yet. But I do know that I've been on a journey of trying to lose weight and I've lost 5 pounds with my personal trainer. So if there's anything that I suggest, it's getting a personal trainer that will hold you accountable, but like push you. A big part of it for me was like having somebody there and holding me accountable for trying to lose weight and stay consistent. And I already knew that I could do it. And I think that a lot of people, if you're going to get a personal trainer or anything to help you, you need to already go into it with the mindset you already know you can do this yourself, but the trainer is going to hold you accountable and push you harder. And so that's what she's done for me. And I think I've been in a place where I feel really good about, my weight, my lifestyle, my health, like healthy food habits, a lot of those things, which is what I wanted going into dress shopping, because I think a big part of your mindset going into dress shopping and when you're even trying on any clothes is feeling good about yourself in the moment.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think that's a big part of the whole dress shopping experience is you need to feel good about yourself when you go into that experience and you'll feel great putting on those dresses. And it's all about, again, here at Giggle and Grow, we talk about mindset. So it's all about what mindset you're going into. And so I would say if you're going to do something big like that, really think about your mindset. That's what I'm trying to do. And I don't know yet, but what would you say? Because you've done the whole dress shopping experience.
No, I totally am. I'm following right along with you. I think that's the most important thing is just trusting yourself and that mindset. I don't think you necessarily have to like really, really, really prepare yourself for that moment. I think it's a lot about enjoying the moment as it comes. I think while dress shopping, I mean, we probably experienced a lot of girls do with prom and homecoming and all those things back in high school. You might try on 10 dresses and not like it, but out of nowhere will come this beautiful dress that you're looking for. And you're going to know in that moment that that is your dress and there's nothing going to be more perfect for you on that most perfect day. So, I mean, truthfully, it's going to find you. Although we really want to find the dress, it's going to find us and it will find you.
I like that. That's a
Yeah.
good way of like letting the universe decide. you know?
I mean, I think as girls, it's very easy for us to think about how we want to feel or how we want to look, or if we are this certain number or this, we look this certain way, it is going to make us feel better. But of course, you never know how you're going to wake up that morning. You might have some puffy eyes that you didn't expect, or your curls might not be turning out the way you wanted, or your makeup's not applying the way that you like. But again, it's going to find you, and you're going to you have to find that love for the moment and what you're experiencing, and knowing hopefully you're never getting that day back again, right?
Yeah, right?
The first time that
Hopefully you only have to do it one time
right.
because I know wedding dresses are expensive, so I only want to have to buy one.
Right. Cora, I love that you also shared kind of your journey on just like your mindset and what you've been doing for yourself to get there too. I know for me lately, I've been really, really wanting to find someone that can better just help my slowing down process, how to just really simplify my life and be able to balance that relaxation and work. And I mean, as we've stated here, we've been focused on that for quite a while now, but I know it's now kind of outside my reach to be able to do that myself. And I think to have that guidance is really important. So, how do you essentially stay committed to? I mean, you have someone helping you through that, right? And that's what's helping you. But then, how do you continuously then stay committed outside of that person?
That's such a good question because I think for me, what I do is one big thing I was listening to a podcast and it's the Huberman podcast, and he's a professor at Stanford. And one of the things in his episodes that he talked about that really resonated with me was there's an experiment where you write down 6 habits that you want to learn. And I don't necessarily say that I do this, but I do go into it thinking this. Sometimes I'll do that, but you have these habits that you want to learn. And even if you don't do all 6 and you just do one, you take every day as like, oh, well, I did that habit. And you continue to add habits. And I think the biggest part for me is pushing myself. Oh, well, I'm already doing better at eating better. I'm already doing better at eating healthier and cleaner, adding more vegetables into my diet. I'm doing this because I think what I used to do was focus on the bad and, oh, well, I didn't work out today. Well, I didn't do this. I didn't do that. And so what I try to do is, okay, there are multiple habits that I'm trying to learn and I'm trying to do. And that's weightlifting twice a week, getting in walks, getting in food, the right food, right? And like reducing my calories, getting more steps, getting more sun, drinking more water. So there's all these things that I have to do. And when I don't do one of them, I'm working on 4 others.
Yeah.
There's at least one thing that I can do. And so that's why I'm like, oh, well, I know I'm doing this and I'm doing that. And it's almost like a snowball effect. And so once I start to do these habits and just be kind to myself and nice to myself and say, good job, like you drank the water. You might not have walked today. You might not have done this, that, or this, but you drank 72 ounces of water today. Like I'm going to praise you for that. You know what I mean? And I think that it's really about how you hold yourself accountable.
Yeah. I love that because I feel like for me, it's like when I have all these things that I want to accomplish or things I should be doing for myself, I start to look at it as a to do list and not so much, oh, I'm actually filling my bucket up. I'm replenishing myself. And I should be grateful for the 1 or 2 things I did versus the 5 things maybe I didn't do. And as we start to be more grateful for the things we are doing, we're going to be more excited for the things that we continue to do and the things we're adding on to that.
But it's such an up and down experience.
Yeah.
There are weeks where I will walk every single day in the morning before work and sometimes after work, and I do really great. And then there are weeks that I don't get those walks in. I'm a little more stressed out. There's certain things. So for me, what I've learned is like these habits don't have to be perfect and the same every single day, but they can be in your life and they can work for certain times and certain weeks, right? One week I might walk every day, one week I might not, and usually the weeks that I walk every day, I do better. And I think as I begin to recognize that, I start to do it more.
Absolutely. I honestly too, and I feel like, this was kind of a realization moment I had this last week as I was kind of figuring out what workouts I wanted to do I missed a day of Pilates and I missed a day of walking and I got super stressed out and I just wanted to pull away from the habits that I've been trying to create while with working out now. And I actually you almost came to this with me, but I decided to try my first yoga class and I was so scared to do it. I was absolutely terrified. I'm like, why should I do it now? I've never done yoga. I've never even been able to touch my own feet. So with that being said, I decided to just go for it. And with that, I loved it. Although I missed like 5 days of my workouts or walking, being able to step outside of my comfort zone and just say I did that actually just brought like a whole new like awakening, like lively moment to myself, being like, it's okay. Like you did a form that you love to do, you tried something new, and now you can continue to either do yoga or get back into Pilates. It's just, it doesn't have to be so strict. It can just be by enjoying it.
And yoga is some of my best memories, is just being in a good studio that makes you feel relaxed and really unwind. But yeah, I think a lot of what it is being able to have the right mindset and
Yeah.
perspective, because it's like you could have looked at that two different ways. You could have said, oh, well, I only did yoga this week. I haven't worked out in 5 days. But instead, you said, I did yoga this week, even though I didn't work out 5 times. It's so easy to get caught up in, well, I should have done this. I could have done this. I could have done that. And like, I think celebrating the small wins is a big part of what makes you want to continue to have those habits. It's almost like sometimes I feel like I'm training my brain as a dog and I'm training it, and I'm giving myself treats when I do what I say I should do. But I'm
Right.
not super hard on myself when I do something wrong either.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's a really big thing about life and just what we have to bring awareness to in our own lives, but also continuously grow with, right? It's not just something we can grab and say, oh, okay, now that I'm aware of it, it's all fixed. But no, we actually have to use that awareness and grow with that too.
Yeah,
Love
I
it.
agree. I
Aw.
agree. Well, I hope our listeners got a little sneak peek of what our new episodes are going to look like. It's just diving into our lives, our perspectives, what we're going through, and talking really authentically and from the heart. And so I hope that you guys get more enjoyment out of this. And I hope you guys subscribe, follow us on Instagram, and share the love. And we're always open into talking more about anything you guys want. But I think we're all about ready to wrap it up, Morgan.
Absolutely, guys. And I want to give you just a little more of announcement here, as well as the kind of little change up you're going to be seeing on our socials and with our podcast. I want you guys to keep a good eye out on some new digital downloads that might be coming your way before the end of the year, along with some possible potential of some cute apparel, Giggle and Grow podcast style. There's a lot of excitement to be had here.
Bye,
Yeah,
guys.
bye.